What's going on, everybody? This is Rob of Novakast, and oh gosh, so to kind of set the mood for the podcast itself, I think I'm gonna go ahead and play this audio clip for you guys. There we go. Okay, so yeah, thanks to the rest of the cast, or at least my buddies for Novakast, I finally watched Joe's Bizarre Adventure, at least the first 2 seasons, and oh boy, I kind of want to talk about it. Oh my gosh, because it is interesting to say the least. I don't even know where to begin. It's strange. It really is. In fact, some could say it's bizarre. All right. So let's see. How's everybody doing today? And hopefully the audio quality on my end is all right. So for this podcast, it's for 2 topics that I was thinking of. We're going to talk about the first 2 seasons of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And this is the first because we didn't do it last year, and I kind of want to do it this year. We're going to talk about the 2020 Game Awards nominees, and I mostly want to talk about it because one game in particular, which I'm going to be becoming nominated for a few categories. But this evening. And if you guys have anything else you guys would like it, and I'm waiting for a quick thoughts on JoJo. Part of me, or at least, kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I got into this thinking that I was going to hate it. The guy that I'm using as my avatar, or at least my profile picture right now for the pretty much kind of set the mood for me when it comes to how I'm gonna like it, as well as characters that I like. It was interesting, to say the least. Some of the characters, I will say, the addition or the choice to create the so-called stands. There were a few things that kind of bugged me as I was progressing through the show, which hopefully with the help of Aiden, I can talk about it. So right now in the chat we have Aiden. We also have Kelly. You say I'm looking forward to this. Looking at not much right this second. Recently, I hope that everybody's been liking some of the other content that I've been posting, the reaction stuff, the stuff that Aiden's been posting, or at least stream. So all in all, that's everything's, I think we've been putting all that. All right. As I'm waiting, and friggin' pen fell to some other stuff that's going on. In fact, while I might as well just show everybody, and I'll have because I have the thing up anyways. So, and I'm gonna talk to the crew. All right, there we go. All right, so there we go. So you guys can see it. This is for the 2020 nominees. And as I mentioned, we're going to discuss it. But so far, Game of the Year, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, which I knew that one was going to be one that was going to be nominated. Hades, I've heard about that game, I haven't played it. Animal Crossing, and strangely enough, because that one, I'm going to say, was a complete disappointment. Last of Us Part 2. Best Game Direction. The award for astounding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and for some reason, Last of Us Part 2. Again, I don't know why. Best Narrative, definitely not Last of Us. I'm sorry. There's so many problems with The Last of Us. But 13 Sentinels, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, and Hades. Best Art Direction, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, or The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I will say this. As disappointed I am with Last of Us Part 2, it's a fucking beautiful game. Just like graphic-wise and detail, it is a damn Doom Eternal. Yeah, that better a friggin' one. Because all the rock music is so freaking awesome. Why? Okay, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, or Last of Us Part 2. I kind of feel that Ghost of Tsushima should be in this list. Just because of how good it was. Best Audio Design, Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and Last of Us Part 2. Okay. Best Performance. So Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby, Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai, Logan Conenham. Oh, I'm gonna screw this up. Conenham as Hades, and Naji Jeter as Miles Morales. All right, hold on a sec.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Can you hear me?
For
yeah, you're cutting out pretty bad on my end, so my computer might be acting up.
I can hear you now. I'm just going over.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'm gonna restart, see if that fixes anything.
Or it might be me, but I'm hoping it's not.
I'm gonna restart, see if that fixes anything.
Okay. But so best performance, games for Impact, If Found, Kentucky Route Zero T Edition, Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why, and Through the Darkest of Times. Best ongoing, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky, which I gotta say, with a lot of the crap that No Man's Sky went through, or at least with a bad launch, it's nice, like, at least for their multiplayer stuff, that's what keeps the game going. Best indie, Corion, All Guys, Ultimate Knockout, Hades, Spelunky 2, Spiritfarer. Then best mobile game, Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. Neat. Then best community support, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant. Yeah, best community support. My ass. That thing was, freaking hacked as hell.
Let's see if stopping the cam works, because that was weird. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Oh,
I can hear you. I'm just going over the nominees for the Game Awards, and one of them surprised me for a few, which was The Last of Us Part 2. With that with you in a second. So best VR and AR, and I'll post the link too for the nominees. Here, let me quickly do that.
Okay.
So you can see. I'm gonna post. Actually, better yet, post it in the admin to text for Discord, so you can see it. So for the ones for Last of Us, I don't understand.
Why?
The design. The other ones, I'm sorry.
What?
I was gonna say for the best.
The best what?
The best art design.
Best art design.
Yeah.
And what was it up against?
All right. Let me, so right now I'm on innovation and accessibility. Let me go back down. So, by the way, for best performance, they had to get the actresses for Ellie and Abby. I think right now, I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm calling some bias bullshit. Okay, best art direction. So the 5 nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Ori and Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. Now I'm gonna say this is just me, and I could say this. Art design, I could definitely see them winning. It is such a beautiful game, but in best narrative, or because it's under narrative for nominees, Last of Us Part 2 is also a nominee for best art, best game direction, and game of the year. I'm cool. Like, I think a lot of other people before me, I'm calling major bullshit if somehow Last of Us Part 2 wins game of. You know what I mean?
Do what? Sorry, you're cutting out hardcore.
Oh.
I think even in the stream. And it's taken even longer for it's taken a while for you to hear what I say. That's not good. Oh. Guess he needed to restart. Oh boy. That's not good.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, freaking A. All right. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully, for the first part, people can hear me. But oh my gosh, I guess I'm gonna use my phone again. I really fucking can't wait to get actual internet on my fucking computer.
Understandable.
Oh my god, I hate it because I'm using. If anything, I'm gonna have to get I'm gonna get a really good. Try to find a way to find the internet so I can continue to do the podcast, or scrounge up some money to get a adapter that connects directly to the computer or PC for Wi-Fi. Because I think it's the device that I'm using that acts as like a kind of Wi-Fi adapter. But oh, good lord! All right, so I was trying to. So it sucks because now that I'm using the phone, unfortunately, I can't show like the examples I had.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, a second ago, I was talking about the nominees for the Game Awards for 2020, and just going down the list. And since you showed up, I figured I get your 2 cents now. Game of the Year. That's the first one that comes up. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Animal Crossing, as well as Last of Us Part 2.
Huh.
The only, I honestly think, and this might just be me, but the only way I can see Last of Us Part 2 winning Game of the Year is some shady freaking shit. Because there is no way, as much as I love that franchise, and I hate to shit on it, there is no way in hell that game deserves the Game of the Year. No way. Couple I can think of. Heck, I'm very surprised that Animal Crossing got. Just with how long it takes to even play that game.
I mean, there's no end to it.
Yeah, true. But like the first 5 games that are the nominees, I could see, winning Game of the Year, but not Last of Us. And I was watching a few videos and as well as listening to some other opinions, and some people are thinking that, it's a last ditch effort to try to make Last of Us Part 2 look good in the eyes of the public, even though people played the game are not particularly happy with it, and the game, pretty much reviewer score, which honestly should be what's more credible, is overshadowed by the reviewers or the review score.
I haven't
Which-
experienced 2 in any way, shape, or form, so I can't really give any input on that.
Okay, yeah, me. I'm just gonna say my own experience. It fucking sucked. It's a beautiful game, but it pissed me off part way through, or continuously pissed me off over time. And
Now,
I tried my best to like it. I wanted to give it.
I do have to ask: is it because of what happened to? Oh wow!
To Joel? Oh no, dude. I still got the list that MJ and I made. For when we were talking about it. I have a long, or actually a somewhat long list of like reasons why I had, or that of my thoughts about this game. Which
okay, it's not just about what happened to Joel. Okay.
No. And even then, I will say that if I can just say right off the bat, that was too soon. I knew he was going to die, but at the very least, what they could have done was maybe kind of waited a little bit. Just a little bit. Not like within the first 5 minutes of the game. I know it's not 5 minutes, but I'm just making an example. It was way too quick. Not only that, but they pretty much freaking, like, literally spit on a character that we come to love.
Gotcha.
So that was the nominees for Game of the Year. Best Game Direction, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and Last of Us Part 2. Again, I don't see how Last of Us Part 2 could win that one. Awarded for
direction.
Yeah, game direction. And outstanding creative image or vision and innovation in game direction and design. I don't see how that one will win. Best narrative, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2. Again, when it comes to narrative, especially with narrative, there is no way in hell Last of Us should be winning that. If anything, I think out of the two that I know, Final Fantasy VII and Ghost of Tsushima, those two should win when it comes to narrative.
Now, I have to ask, in regards to those 3 categories, which game do you think should replace Last of Us 2 as a nominee?
Oh, gosh. Fuck, what came out recently? I'm trying to think. What are some of the things that came out recently? Give me a sec. Let me look it up. Okay. So, looking at, trying to find a list, because it's.
Hello, size matters. Let's see who else.
So we had
Megan.
So,
hello.
Let's see. Because we got, okay, so going through them January, there's Monster Hunter to the Moon, Stories Untold, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Tokyo Mirage, Temtem, Sims 4, Kingdom Hearts 3, Remind, Mosaic, Odd World, Stranger's Wrath, Rugby, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, Journey to the Savage Planet, Kentucky Route Zero, Pillars of Eternity, Dreadfire, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That was originally the first one was a PC game. The Coma, Warcraft 3, Reforged, Coffee Talk. I'm just looking at some of these. So, Game of the Year, I think if anything, I mean, I'm going to say with Game of the Year, they don't really need to replace it. Just take out Last of Us. Because it seems like for most of these, they have like 5 nominations anyways. For every single one of these. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Game of the Year, they just have 6. So I think if anything, just take out Last of Us Part 2. Best Game Direction. Gosh, what have I played that was recent when it comes to I will say, honestly, when it comes to game direction, take out Last of Us and put in Animal Crossing. Because it really changed a lot of. I mean, I was a first time Animal Crossing player, and I saw some people like some older versions, and it really like changes the game a little bit, especially with the game being in real time, as well as the multiplayer. Though at times the multiplayer
The game's always. I hate to break it to you. The game's always been in real time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Hell, if anything, for game direction, at this point, I would say anything besides freaking Last of Us.
Gotcha.
I'm like looking down the line. Actually, if anything, game direction, Doom Eternal. Swap out Last of Us with Doom Eternal. Game narrative. I hate to use the same one again, but take out. This is just me because I didn't play that many games since I have work and I try to go through as much as I can on a daily basis between work. But yeah, take away Last of Us Part 2 and put Doom because they added a really interesting narrative as well as like adding on to that narrative for the DLC.
Ah.
I mean, heck, you find out that apparently friggin' Doom guy might be Satan this entire time.
What?
Yeah.
That this particular Doom guy is. Okay. Interesting.
So. Yeah, friggin'. But best narrative, yeah, take away. If you guys have any, by the way, with some of the ones I mentioned, like best narrative, if you guys have any choices that you would want, let me know or let us know in the comments. Yeah, the first one was a lot better. But going down, best art direction, I will again because dear God, that game is. I will say the one good thing about that game was how beautiful it was. I would leave Last of Us alone there. The other nominees were Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I'm going to say this right off the bat. Ori's, as much as I like Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2, or when it comes to art design, Ori is a beautiful game, and more likely is going to win that one. There's no, I would say hands down, that one's going to win.
That or Ghost. Hell,
Yeah.
Hades was even amazing art-wise.
Oh, you're saying Final Fantasy won't win?
I don't see it happening. Like, it's innovative. The art design is great from what I've seen of the remake, but I don't see it happening.
Okay, best score and music. Doom Eternal, fuck yes. The rock music for that one's awesome. The Final Fantasy VII Remake, because it's just new versions of the old music, which I kind of dig, especially the remake version of One Wing Angel for the final fight.
I've yet to hear it.
Oh gosh, it's actually really good.
I do love the arrangement for Crazy Motorcycle. That was good.
Then Hades. I don't have an opinion on Hades because I haven't played that game.
I haven't played it myself.
Ori, most definitely. I could see that one being on this list. Now, Last of Us. Okay, this one's a toss-up. Because with Last of Us, it's pretty much a rehash of some of the old music most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to, if it were me, I would swap Last of Us for Ghost of Tsushima.
Okie dokie.
I freaking love the music for Ghost. Best audio design. Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and Last of Us Part 2.
In-game audio and sound design.
Yeah, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. All right, yeah. Yeah, with I think if anything, this is just my opinion. I think Ghost of Tsushima should win that one. Either that or Doom. And then best performance awarded to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and or performance capture. So this one, I feel like there's a bias because and this was, I guess, a problem with a lot of other people that are reporting on this right now, because two of the nominations are for Last of Us.
No, these are two different actors, though.
Well, no, I know, but two of them are from the same game.
Okay.
Ashley Johnson as for Ellie for Last of Us, and Laura Bailey as Abby for Last of Us. And then Daisuke Tsuji.
Daisuke Tsuji.
As how you say it?
It's Daisuke.
Daisuke?
Yeah.
Okay. Daisuke Tsuji or Tsuchi as Jin Sakai for Ghost of Tsushima. Logan Cunningham. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Cunningham.
Okay, Cunningham as Hades in Hades.
Naji Jeter
as Miles Morales for Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales. So I'm kind of wondering if Daisuke Tsuji is for the Japanese version for Ghost of Tsushima.
Maybe. It might have been. It might have been the actual.
I'm not trying to assume, but I was just curious. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, some of the Japanese dub for either games or movies are really fucking good.
Mhm.
Regardless, they somehow put a lot of emotion in it. I think honestly, with this one, I kind of want Daisuke Tsuji to win.
Okay.
By the way, so speaking of voice actors, so I found out recently that apparently Maura Wilson from Matilda. You remember that movie?
Yeah. Who was she? The one that played as Matilda?
Yes. She played in other movies. You know the kid actress?
Yeah.
She plays Millie in Hell of a Boss.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I didn't realize it until somebody mentioned it and I looked it up. But all right, games for Impact.
Yeah, I've got
For
nothing to say on this. I don't know.
A thought-provoking game with a social meaning or message. Yeah, this one I'm gonna say I haven't heard any of these games. Actually, tell me why. I think I've already heard of. We were talking about that during one of the podcasts,
Okay.
which is I think is the choice-based adventure. When it comes to the two siblings, but I think all of us were in agreement that it was we weren't.
I did hear of Spiritfarer.
Yeah, okay, that's one of them. There's If Found, Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why, and Through the Darkest of Times. Which I know none of these games.
Yeah.
All right, best ongoing. And I'm going to say this for one of these. I'm glad that they set up a multiplayer for this. So Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
Honestly, from what I know, Apex, Fortnite, or No Man's Sky would be the winner of that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. No Man's Sky, I'm going to say this. It had a shitty launch, but when they started, putting updates in, putting new content, a lot of people were loving the game after that.
Mm-hmm.
Best indie.
Warzone, not enough has changed, in my opinion. No. Fortnite, I haven't played since they did the superhero thing. Not Destiny, the superhero thing, the spies versus the spy thing. I haven't played since then.
For me, Destiny, I haven't played that because my internet's been freaking crap. So I have no say on some of the new changes that they have.
But Apex, oh my goodness, they are constantly changing how the map looks and feels. From what I've seen of streamers playing it, because I haven't played it in a long time, and it's changing in time with the new characters that they're introducing with their own story, and the changes to the map add to the story. It's quite pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Nice. All right. So, best indie, Carry On.
Let's see. Yeah, Carrion. That game, I want to play. I want to play it so bad.
Yeah, it looks cool. Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout. Hades, Spelunky 2, and Spiritfarer.
I could have. Now, here's the thing. Honestly, in regards to Hades, I'm a little shocked that it's slated for the Game Awards, because I could have sworn it came out on PC last year.
Really?
I could have sworn. Could have been earlier, or like beginning of the year.
You mentioned that. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was last. I mean, if anything, it was like last year or the year before.
No, only
Around
one way to find out.
Yeah, hold on. 80s.
December 6th, 2018.
Yeah, so it's been 2 years.
Has
That's
enough stuff been changed in
I'm not-
Hades
I'm
with the
not
new
sure.
releases of it?
Let's see.
That would be the only reason I can think of them putting.
Okay, so it's been
that out.
released for the Switch and Mac and PC.
Mhm. Let's see.
I'm trying to see if it had any like DLC or anything. I doubt it. Development.
Honestly, for this, I'm gonna. My vote would be for Carrion for best indie.
Okay, I could see that.
I love, but then again, I'm biased towards Metroidvanias of any kind. Plus, you're playing as a blob monster who's just laying havoc to the freaking facility that it was initially stored in, as you're finding out the story behind behind everything that's going on in the facility.
Yeah. So I think we're both in agreement that, if anything, Carrion should be up for that category. At least, and just so everybody knows, it's our opinion.
Yeah.
We're just giving our opinions on the nominees. All right. Best mobile game. So the 5 that they picked were Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact.
Genshin. Yeah, Genshin.
Genshin. Legend of the Rune Terra, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. So I've only seen a little bit of Among Us.
Among Us is a lot of fun. I mean, like, people have loved it so much that people have been making 3D games based on how it works.
Heck, I freaking did two reactions to some of the reaction videos to animated content for that game. Also, there's a couple of videos I found that was really funny where people were role playing as different characters from old TV, like Mickey Mouse, Donald, Goofy, Kermit,
and
like for two of the
this,
for 2 of these videos, Donald gets shafted twice because they blame him for friggin' killing people.
Oh goodness. But yeah, I would honestly, it's the only one of those games I've played. I've yet to try Genshin Impact, but Among Us is a blast.
Yeah, I will say, like, again, because I haven't had the chance to play it because of my internet. But with some of the things I've seen with people playing it, it looks a lot of fun.
It was a sleeper hit. It's been out for a good while, but it didn't get any notice until the quarantine.
Also, I'm going to say this right off the bat. It's going to make people hate each other. It's one of those games that makes you lose your trust in your friends. Which I think is great.
For those of us who aren't too good at lying, there's a game mode people come up with called hide and seek, which makes the game ridiculously just crazy.
Okay. All right. Next category, best community support. And the nominees for that are Apex, Destiny, Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant. Now, if I remember correctly, Valorant, when it first launched, had a ton of freaking hackers. Like, non-stop people hacking the game to win.
Oh wow.
So I don't know why that one, unless they fixed it,
Yeah.
I don't see how that one should be on this list.
I don't think it has. People are still complaining about that.
Yeah, so that one shouldn't be on the list. Best VR and AR. So their choices were Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, which I will say that game looked really cool in VR. Marvel's Iron Man VR. I haven't seen anything of that. Star Wars Squadron. Haven't seen anything of that. And The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything of any of these.
So honestly, because I want to give support, and it does look amazing, Half-Life Alyx.
Okay.
I think would be my choice. Also, it really sets up for the next, Half-Life game, if it
There
ever
is
comes
one.
out. After this?
Yeah, if there is one.
Yeah, if there is one. Because they teased everybody with that last bit of the game.
Ah, okay.
Come on, Freeman, we got work to do, because he gives them the freaking crowbar.
Oh, nice. That's a nice callback to the first game, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and oh gosh.
Oh, wait, no, callback to the second one. Sorry.
Yeah. Though the fan-made mod is shit.
It is shit or is the shit? I don't know which one.
It is shit.
Okay.
The Half-Life. Oh gosh, what was it? Finding the Freeman.
That's more of a fan-made project, though.
That's what I meant. It's the fan-made project. But yeah, that game is shitty. Also, if not to shit on the guy even more, but Keemstar as the president, or voicing the president in that game, when everything goes down, if that isn't a freaking just stroking his own ego, I don't know what is. But again, that's just me. Innovation in accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Okay, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I don't know why, because we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla Grounded, Hyperdot, Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legion. Now, I'm just assuming, at least for a couple of these, Grounded more likely PC, and if anything, will probably be pushed to consoles.
Mm-hmm. It's been pretty well loved by the community that's been playing it.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion, I'm assuming PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Hyperdot, I'm assuming, is an indie game. More likely is on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Right?
Valhalla is the latest Assassin's Creed game, and it hasn't been out long enough. I'm surprised that's in there.
But I'm just gonna say right off the bat, and I'm looking it up now. Last of Us Part 2, that is a freaking exclusive to the PlayStation 4. Does not deserve a spot in that nominee for innovation or in accessibility. There's no fucking way that should be there. Okay. Unfortunately, as it stands right now, there aren't any big plans to bring Last of Us Part 2 to the PC or Xbox One. So whoever put that on their list needs to do their fucking job and like look. I don't even think they look at some of these games. They're like, oh, we need to fill a spot. Okay, let's put this in. More likely they got paid off to freaking put, Last of Us somewhere so that they can win or have a chance at winning something.
Yeah, I won't hold like I won't say that's not a possibility, but chances are this is similar to like how music awards and whatnot are done. They ask people who they think would be a good nominee, who or what they think would be a good nominee for certain categories, and go based on that.
Yeah. All right, best action. Definitely Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2,
Ooh.
Streets of Rage, which isn't that a fighting game or
It's a beat 'em up.
it's a beat 'em up?
Yeah, it's
So one I think should definitely be on here. Ghost of Tsushima.
each of these definitely
That
belong
one
on there.
actually that one and that though there's a cop out because they have a best action and adventure next.
Now,
But-
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Half-Life games are more known for their puzzle elements, so that's interesting that it got put into
You make a good point on that.
into the best action segment.
Yeah. So I think Ghost of Tsushima would probably be the better, because with that game you can play it however you want, whether going by stealth or freaking, just go balls to the walls, like just hacking and slashing your enemies. You can play it as however you want in that game.
Yeah.
Best action adventure. There's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, which it's cool that one again because it's a cop out because the first list was best action. Now this is best action and adventure. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of
Combining
Tsushima.
combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
Yeah.
Most likely, Half-Life Alyx would have been on this, but it got beat out by these others. That would be my guess.
Yeah. Okay, the two I kind of would want to win. Is Ghost of Tsushima and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay.
I freaking loved, like, as I progressed through the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the idea of building up my strength as well as building my own lightsaber and becoming my own, as this Jedi Knight. As I progressed through the story, was actually really cool. And if you guys watched my freaking Let's Play where I got the Kyber crystal, you guys notice I picked a pink crystal. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna play around with this. So,
Wow.
also fun fact for those who didn't know, the main character you play as is Joker for the Gotham series.
Which one? Because I believe that was a different actor.
The first guy,
Okay.
think so. Yeah,
Jeremiah.
yeah. And then the last nominee for Best Action Adventure is Last of Us Part 2. Next is Best Role-Playing Game.
Ooh. Let me take a
So-
look.
They got Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Now, I haven't played any of these games. I think you've played a couple, so I'll let you pick which one you think.
Alright, so I haven't really played 7 Remake myself. I've mostly experienced it via MJ.
All right.
But it's pretty good in terms of a pseudo remake because there's hints that there's something more going on than it just being a remake. Genshin Impact, as I've said before, I have not experienced. I have watched somebody stream it, and it looks fun and interesting to play. P5R, as much as I love Persona and Persona 5, I don't understand why that's on this list because P5R only added 1 or 2 dungeons. It gave the same treatment to Persona 5 that Golden gave to Persona 4.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Quality of life improvements, an extra character, maybe an extra dungeon or 2, maybe a couple extra social links. So it's interesting that that's on there, in my opinion. Wasteland 3, I know nothing of, and Yakuza Like a Dragon, I've only seen a few clips here and there, some of the zaniness that Yakuza has become known for. And honestly, out of all of these, probably going to be a toss-up between 7 Remake, P5R, or Genshin, honestly.
Okay.
That would be my guess. Though I wouldn't be surprised if Yakuza Like a Dragon ended up with runner-up.
Yeah.
Because it does look like a legitimately good RPG experience. It's not your standard third-person action exploration type thing. Like this is kind of a spin-off to the Yakuza series.
I can see that.
But the RPG elements look amazing.
Nice. All right, best fighting. What they picked for the nominees: Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. By the way, I'm sure more and more people were buying the game now that freaking Rambo's now in it.
Most likely.
Like almost every single like 80s, early to late 80s to 90s action film stars like Terminator,
RoboCop, and
RoboCop.
Terminator were also pretty big selling points when they got released on it.
Yeah. And then also Spawn, who then they got the voice actor from the animated series.
Oh, the recent one?
Yeah, for Mortal Kombat 11, when they introduced Spawn, they got the voice actor. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name, but he played him for the animated version. In fact, I think it's the same guy that plays Goliath, isn't it?
I have no idea. I've yet to watch
for Gargoyle. Okay, I'm looking this up. This is gonna bug me.
Goliath for what?
Gargoyles.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that voice actor being an excellent choice for Spawn.
Okay, I'm looking it up now. Keith David. I don't know how I forgot his freaking name. Yeah, Keith David, IMDb, who, just to go on a little thing on some of the stuff that he's done, if my computer will load it. Also known in Princess and the Frog, They Live, The Thing, Armageddon. He's played in MacGyver, The Flash, Family Guy, Darksiders Genesis. He played Moloch, which I think I still need to play Genesis. Crag of the Creek, Nova, Fresh from the Boat, Creep Show, 21 Bridges, Final Space. Star vs. the Forces of Evil. He played for the last season, which I thought was weird. They voiced him for like the last season for Glossaric. And yes, I did watch that show. I thought it was okay. T'Challa
we're kind of for point.
He played T'Chaka for Avengers Assemble. He trying to find Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, SpongeBob SquarePants, Gary's Collar, V-Force, Superior Donuts, Speechless, Future Man, Ray Meets Helen, Ben 10, Rick and Morty, obviously, as the president, Adventure Time, BoJack Horseman, OKKO, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Trying to find. He played as the Arbiter for Halo. So I don't know why they have him just voicing for Halo 5. He's played in, a few of the other games. The Marvel Experience, Scorpion, Once Upon a Time in Wonderland.
Man, we're just going through everything, aren't we?
I'm trying to find the one that that's important, which is freaking Control F. Okay, there we go. Gargoyles as Goliath and Philog, and Hood too.
But was he the voice of Spawn?
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, Mortal Kombat. There's 15 entries. So Mortal Kombat 11, Spawn. Todd McFarlane's Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
The TV show between 1997 and 1999. Spawn 3, The Ultimate Battle, which is 1999. Todd McFarlane's Spawn.
Okay, so it is Keith David?
Yeah, Keith David.
Okay.
And I guess in the video game, there's a video. No, I'm sorry. Don't know why I said video game. It just says video. But yeah, he voiced Spawn. So, cool. Nice when they do callbacks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the nominees. Best Fighting. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Mortal Kombat 11. Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. Which I think when we were talking about Hades, I don't know why, because this Street Fighter 5 has been out for a while.
Mm-hmm, but Champion Edition hasn't.
Oh, so what's new in Champion Edition?
It's all the content that was given to 5 by the end of the original Street Fighter 5's run. And I think maybe then some. I'm not sure.
Huh. That's odd.
It's very much like how Street Fighter 2's different releases had different stuff added to it.
Then One Punch Man, Hero Nobody Knows, and Under Night in Birth EXE Late Control R. Never heard of that game.
CLR. I've played Under Night in Birth EXE on EXE Late on PS3, but it didn't have the CLR part added to it. But I honestly, I'm gonna root for that one to win.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. As much as I love One Punch Man, that game got a lot of bad reviews back when it first came out. So hopefully it's been changed to where it's good now to people that were ragging on it.
Yeah.
I myself am not really all that interested in playing it.
I hear you.
Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition, and Mortal Kombat 11, to me, it's just another iteration of those games.
Okay.
Who do you think's gonna? Who would you root for to win?
I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, the one that I've seen most of, Mortal Kombat.
Okay, I could see it winning.
Yeah. Plus, it's had a lot of content from its release, or at least going like after its release, anyway. All right. The next list is best family. So, kind of best family play. You know, kind of for kids type game. So, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Crash Bandicoot 4, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft, and Paper Mario and the Origami King.
So I have to question some of these. I can't help but question some of these.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, it just feels like a gotcha game.
Yeah. Kind of like a hit or miss.
Yeah. Well, what I mean,
No pun intended.
you know what a gotcha game is, right?
Where it's like a scam.
No. GACHA. Basically, what it does is at certain times you can draw. You can basically think of like a capsule machine. You try and get certain. It gives you certain parts in this game or carts, characters,
Yeah.
and it's random what you're gonna get.
So pretty much like gambling.
Kinda. It's not really though.
Okay.
It's similar to the loot boxes in like
Like other games.
in other games, yeah.
So kind of like gambling.
No, it's very much like a capsule system. Like what you would put like 25 to 50 cents into outside of grocery stores when you were growing up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's similar to that. Let's see. Paper Mario, I don't like the Origami King. I know nothing about. I don't know how it whether or not there's multiplayer, like co-op type stuff in it.
Yeah, I haven't played the game either, so I wouldn't know.
Let's see. Only reason Crash Bandicoot 4 belongs on there is because of the couch thing. You know, being able to pass the controller, pass and play.
Yeah.
That was a very smart move on their part. But I don't know who I would root for to win. I really don't. I see Animal Crossing probably being one of the strongest contenders.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Not Last of Us. Animal Crossing would definitely be one of those strong ones. Everything else, not sure.
Yeah.
All right. Best sim or strategy. So focus on real time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay. So they got
Regardless of platform.
Yeah. Crusader Kings 3, Desperado 3, Gears Tactics. I didn't even know they made a tactics game for Gears, but okay. Microsoft Flight Simulator, XCOM Chimera Squad. I have no experience with.
So I'm going to root for that. I know nothing about these others.
Which one did you say?
I don't really do well with real-time strategy games.
Me neither. I will say, because I've played. I will say I've played a little bit of XCOM. Unfortunately, I've never played any of these games, or haven't made the time to do so.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where I would go on that one.
Flight Simulator might be high up there too. I don't know.
Yeah. Best sports or racing game: Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Now, Pro Skater 1 and 2, isn't that the reboot of the original game?
Of the original two games, yeah. It's got all the...
Okay.
It feels different enough to potentially warrant it being on the list.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. The only sports game that ever got me into playing sports games, honestly, and you can call me out for hating these games. I don't care. It's just my opinion. Because at this point, if I'm going to play basketball, or if I'm going to play soccer, or go driving around, I'll get in my car, or if I have the motivation, I'll play soccer or play basketball. So, me personally, I feel like, FIFA or NBA are scams, especially with the poor quality that they've represented throughout the last few years of gaming.
I hear at least the FIFA one. I'm not sure about the NBA one. Well, one of the two. I don't remember which
that one,
but they've made some severe improvements compared to the last few years.
I was going to say that one in football. The football games. But Tony Hawk, I will say that one's going to be my choice.
Yeah, it would have to be mine, but the last three are definitely strong contenders as far as sports racing games go. Well, maybe Dirt 5. I don't know. I honestly do not know.
You know what? I'm surprised. I mean, because they've picked old games that are still creating new content. You want to know one that I have not seen that warrants it? Warframe. It's a free-to-play game, and it is constantly, each year, constantly upgrading itself and adding new content. And when it first came out, all you do is you go onto enemy ships or strongholds, and you do an objective, and you complete the mission. Whereas for now, sometimes you have multiple objectives for a mission. 1 minute you're collecting stuff, and then next, you have to kill this enemy, and then just quickly do that. Now they have segments where you're literally going to planets like on surface combat to go in between towns into wastelands. You're flying in space. By the way, space freaking combat in a free-to-play game that looks good. As well as, and from last time I saw anything about this game, where you're literally piloting your own kind of carrier ship or something and going through different segments of the universe. They've improved a lot since they first released.
Okay.
And honestly, I think that would warrant some of the listings. I think multiplayer would probably be one of them, especially with the fact that you're creating your own Tenno or your playable character with the variety. And by the way, the best thing about Warframe is, well, the Warframes, because each one it's not just visual when it comes to their it's not like a physical like or visual upgrade, or like it doesn't just look nice. Each Warframe has their own ability, which is really cool when it comes to combat, especially when you have people or players that have their own favorite for combat, and you'll have like let's say a community or a squad of different players with different Warframes with different abilities that help boost the chances of completing an objective. And they keep bringing them out. They keep coming up with new ones, so it's really cool. My favorite was this. I think it was like this. It was this butterfly type Warframe, and it was able to. What did it do? Oh, it's able to hold people like kind of like Maya from Borderlands, suspend them in midair for a short period of time.
Very nice.
I think it had other abilities, but I can't remember. But I think if anything, take off Valorant and put Warframe.
For what?
But for best multiplayer.
Oh, we hadn't even gone over the nominees for it.
Oh yeah, true. So let me quickly do that, and then I'll say that. Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout, and then Valorant.
Okay.
Like I said, take out Valorant, put in Warframe. And then
Thing is, Warframe's been out for quite some time, and it can't even be considered a sleeper anymore.
Like I said, they are constantly improving the content itself when it comes to the game. And since we've had games they're old as well, like Hades, that's been around for since 2018, why not Warframe?
Well, for all we know, Hades was a sleeper hit back then too, and we just didn't know it until it recently came out again.
Yeah.
There's really no telling. But you're not wrong from what all you've said about Warframe. It might stand to be on there. I honestly don't know. Never played it.
I'm gonna look this.
But a lot of these, some really strong contenders on this particular list of nominees, and I don't know who I would root for. I really don't. Or at least who I think would win. There's no telling. Hey, Sage.
Hey, Sage. So next listing is Content Creator of the Year. So Elena Pierce, J.N. Lopez, Nick Merckx, Tim, the Tatman,
Valkyrie. No idea. That's all I have to say. No idea. You still there? Rob?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Ooh, this one's going to be a tough one.
What?
Best debut game.
You didn't even talk about Content Creator of the Year after you said the nominees.
Oh.
You just went dead silent.
Besides Elena Pierce, who I think is from Rooster Teeth, or used to be. I don't know. Leave in the comments if I'm wrong. I don't know any of these creators.
Likewise. Hey, MJ.
Hey, MJ. So do you know any of them? And if so, which one would
No.
you? All right, so we're
I
gonna skip
know
that one.
nothing about this.
Best debut game, and this one's gonna be a little bit of a toughie, especially with a couple of these. Carry On, Mortal Shell, which I think was kind of like a Souls game.
Ooh.
Um,
Look into that then.
Raji, an ancient epic.
Mm-hmm. I need to look into that one as well. Same for
Roki.
Roki.
And Phasmophobia.
Yeah, Phasmophobia.
So the three I could kind of see win: Carry On, Mortal Shell, and Phasmophobia.
I'm heavily biased towards Carrion and Phasmo for sure. Raji, I've seen I've seen the trailers for Raji, and oh, it looks gorgeous. I don't really know what it's about.
I don't either. All right. Best esports athlete. Oh gosh, here's another one I won't know.
Right.
Ian
Crimson Porter.
Porter.
Showmaker
Hey.
Sue.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people.
Canyon. I think it's pronounced Gunbu. Anthony Shotzi Cuevas Castro. And Matthew Zawu Heba. I don't. I'm sorry if I butchered any of these names. I really am.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're not gonna know any of these people. So, best esports coach, Danny Zonic Swinson,
Dahi Krusty Park.
Fabian Grabsy Loman, Lee Zepha Baymin, Raymond Rambo Luzier.
Yeah, I honestly I don't know anything about esports. I don't watch esports. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
MJ wrote, "Oh my God, Dio is back, and he didn't come from Sage."
Yeah.
WARUDO! By the way, we are talking about season 1 and 2 after this.
Okay. We've been going on this for a good while now, tangents included. Yeah. So let's try and pick this up.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna skip some of these. So yeah, best esports events, skipping. Best esports game.
Let's take a crack at that because it is game oriented instead of esports oriented.
True. All right, so best esports game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Let's see. For the game that has, real quick, it's for the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, including tournaments, community support, and content updates, regardless of genre or platform.
Yeah. By the way, to remark what MJ wrote, I'm going by what it says on freaking Hulu and Netflix. They're calling it seasons. I'm sorry if they're not seasons. I'm just
so basically
calling it as it is.
When we're talking about JoJo, we'll be talking about parts 1 through 3. Gotcha.
Yes. Wait, 3 ending with the storyline for the Star Crusaders, correct?
Stardust Crusaders is part 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll fix that. Hopefully everybody's happy.
The reason for us correcting you on that is because it was the only reason they put parts 1 and 2 into one season really is because they the parts are just that short.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense for them to have put them into their own seasons.
Yeah. But so nominees: Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike,
CS:GO. Fortnite.
Fortnite, League of Legends, Valorant. Again, I don't know why Valorant's on there. And I had no motivation to look at that game because it looked like every other game that's been there before. In fact, it kind of reminded me of Apex when we played it that one time.
Yeah.
So I just kind of felt like Valorant was a knockoff.
Could have been its own take on it. I don't know.
But either way, it's a toss up between, at least for me, because I know how popular Counter-Strike is. Counter-Strike and League of Legends.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with COD or League of Legends.
Okay. I'm surprised they didn't use Warzone for the nominee.
They can't really do Warzone as an esports.
Oh, okay. Okay, the next one is Best Esports Host, which I'm going to ignore because I don't know any of these fucking people. Teams, I don't know anything about, so
And
that's
the last
actually
one.
that's the last one. So, yeah, that's our opinions on that. We kind of lost I wasn't able to give our opinions on some of those because, it's not the games, it's people. But like I said, for a few of these nominees, some of them don't make any sense, and I kind of feel like there's a bias. And at least when it comes to some of these games, they're mediocre when it comes to the nominations that they are being presented in.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to defend it or anything like that, but do try to keep in mind that it's like that with pretty much any and all award ceremonies.
Yeah, true.
There's always going to be heavy bias.
Why give people public opinion when you could just buy off the friggin', judges?
Didn't necessarily mean that with bias, but yes, there's potentially that as well.
Yeah. All right. So that's our thoughts on the nominees for the Game Awards. Let's talk about freaking JoJo.
Well, before we go into that, I do have one small thing to say.
Okay.
Let me pull this up. Two days ago, Kirby Morrow died.
Kirby Morrow.
Let's see. He's most known for his role as Miroku from Inuyasha, Von Fennel from the Ocean dub of Escaflowne, Cyclops from X-Men Evolution, Jay from Class of the Titans, Teru Mikami from Death Note. No, we're not going into the Netflix thing again. Troa Barton, which is what I know him most from, in Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
Okay.
Ryo Takatsuki from Project Arms. Goku from Ocean's dub of Dragon Ball Z.
Really?
Hotshot from Transformers Cybertron, replacing Brent Miller in that role. And Cole from Lego Ninjago, Masters of Spinjitzu.
Huh.
On camera, he was known for the recurring role of Captain Dave Kleinman from Stargate Atlantis.
Interesting.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up. I found that out today.
Well,
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh wow, he was Maddox or Kennen in an episode of Fringe. It was Matt Istook and Arrow. One of the coaches, or the coach in one of the episodes of The Flash. Wow. Wow. Yeah. On to
JoJo.
yeah.
And also, hold on, because is everybody's making a freaking comment about it. Hold on. Couple of people have already made a comment on it. Hold on. Fucking A, man. All right, hold on. Because I have to, at this point, I now have to put the podcast in a freaking grinding halt.
Hey, vegan. He's talking about the seasons thing.
Okay, I can't do it on the thing. Hold on.
Oh,
Like I said, I now have to put the freaking podcast on a grinding halt.
y'all are acting like you killed Kenny McCormick.
Hold on.
Oh, this is great.
Okay. There.
We're just
Now
busting your
everybody should
chops,
be
Rob.
happy. Oh, whatever, MJ.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay. So, I think I said right off the bat when it came to the
Real quick.
podcast.
Hold on. One last thing. One last thing I gotta add to this. Are you sure we're not talking about Garlic Jr.'s newest squad? If he was to show back up?
What the fuck?
Because, you know, whenever he showed up during that filler arc, the Blackwater thing in DBZ, all of his minions were named after a seasoning.
Weren't they? Wasn't that the same way for the movie?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that were.
Cinnamon. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Pepper, cinnamon. There was a third one. I can't remember the third one. Ginger. I don't know. I'm assuming vinegar, then spice, and then the small short one. I can't remember. And I know I know Team 4-Star made a joke about it.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. Wait, was that his actual name?
What?
The little short one when they made that joke.
If they shortened it, yeah.
Oh Lord. Either way, it's funny.
Yeah, true. Those are spices.
But anyway, so
One of Garlic Jr.'s minions.
friggin' JoJo.
Yes.
So I think I said right off the bat, like when at the beginning of the podcast, at first, because there were some things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way with the show, like some of the just some of the animation or at least characters designs. I was just like, I'm gonna hate this. But as you guys can see, for my my profile picture, my avatar picture for the podcast, there's one character, probably one character in particular that got me motivated to watching this. Who honestly is a fucking piece of crap, but at the same time, you gotta love him. You know, who is so. I will say, and something I noticed right off the bat, especially after watching part 1 and 2, and then going to 3, there is major animation changes.
Oh, big time! But be glad you did not watch the original dub of part 3.
Oh, by the way, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually saw parts of the OVA.
Oh, you have seen parts of the OVAs? I have
Yeah.
yet to do so. I'm actually afraid to do so.
So okay, so animation and art style.
Don't talk about Danny. Don't you talk about Danny, vegan. No. No.
Danny.
I don't want to relive that. No. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I will say it was odd that JoJo part 1 and 2 were kind of relatively short, but I think you guys pointed out that it was kind of just there to set up for part 3 and onward.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it was doing, at least with part 1. Like, Jonathan, as boring as as seeing as it's the least bizarre out of all of them, and a lot of people get turned off by the to the series because of how slow going part 1 and sometimes 2 are.
I will say I love that storyline, and I kind of wished there was more to it.
Understanding what happens in watching part 1 helps to understand some of what goes on in part 3.
Which, after you guys explained it, I can kind of see that. But like I said, it went by so quickly, and I think I was one of those people that did like Jonathan as a character, and as well as his story, and I kind of wish there was more to it. Just like I wish there was more of Joseph's storyline. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I said even though it's just a setup for part 3, I kind of wish there was more to Joseph and Jonathan's storylines.
Yeah, even in the manga, Jonathan's part was pretty short.
Yeah. Though, I think I mentioned this in Discord. Don't hate me. This is something I noticed. There are moments where it seems like it's very flamboyant.
Joseph? Yeah.
Oh no, not just Joseph. I'm talking about like in the show.
You're talking about
particular characters.
the
Like sometimes when they do these random, like kind of very, like I don't know, like especially for the Pillarmen, these poses that they do, like in between the fights.
Oh, they were done that way on purpose.
Yeah, I know, and I think, what did I write to you guys? Because I know I wrote.
That's what I'm looking at now.
Because I talked about it. Because I was periodically giving my thoughts on the show, and I also gave examples to something that was going on. Okay, I found it. So I wrote, so at least this is my observation. There are moments in this show that seem to get off flamboyant vibes. For example, Cyborg von was it Stronheim?
Stroheim. It's Stroheim.
Stronheim.
Stroheim.
With that pose, and so there's a point in the show.
Stroheim's a boss regardless of how he acts. The only Nazi character I've actually enjoyed in an anime. Hello? Rob? Rob? That's Rob.
Hey, can you hear
Come
me?
back to us. Hey, welcome
Okay.
back.
So, anyways, I don't know why, because I had to exit out to Discord, so, and it keeps cutting me off. But anyways, so between not only Stronheim, having no shirt on with the gut cannon.
That in? Why must you add that in?
Well, yeah, with the gut cannon, having his arms held up the way he has it, as you saw in that picture, and him like kind of looking like he's thrusting. It made me think of
Go ahead, sorry.
It made me think of the Johnson Justice from freaking Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Huh?
I remember you mentioning that.
And for those who don't know, what the Johnson Justice is. I ask you guys. Actually, I'm kind of afraid to ask
No,
you guys.
don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
I'm just gonna say it's a big dick gun.
The only thing I have to say concerning what you just recently said, though, he wasn't looking like that's exactly what he was doing.
I know, but it just the like I said, with some of the poses and some of the way the characters move, it gives off those vibes. And I'm not freaking judging it. Or hold on, because I think I even said that I'm not knocking it for that.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought it adds to the charm. And it's not as I mean, if they weren't doing that kind of shit, it wouldn't be boring, or it would just be boring.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, what did I write? But yeah, I wrote. But so you guys know, I'm not dissing it. I think it adds to the charm of the show overall, and is effing hilarious when it happens.
Indeed, MJ. I wholeheartedly agreed. As much as I enjoyed Part 4, which Rob has not watched yet, oh my goodness, that was by far the most bizarre out of all the parts that I've watched, and I've read the first 7.
I still need to watch.
And honestly, Part 4's JoJo is the only one that I can think of that doesn't have a second Joe in his name.
Yeah?
Yeah. Same for Part 8, but that's besides the point. They're both Josuke Higasakata. It's a different one for reasons I won't go into right now because it's too fucking complicated.
Yeah. But they are part of the JoJo line.
Yes.
Or sorry,
Josuke is Josuke's illegitimate child.
I will say this. I did watch the first episode in Japanese dub for Part 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going into that one right now because I want to talk about that for a bit later time.
That's right, Vegan. That's right. I'm sorry.
But just talking about parts 1 through 3. First off, the openings for these 3 parts of the show. I liked the opening for Part 1.
Hold up. Who mispronounced what? I'm sorry. I gotta know. Was it Stroheim again? Yeah, I honestly forgot about that bit, though, Vegan.
Oh, jeez.
I can't believe I forgot about that bit, considering Ske, written in kanji, can also be read as Joe. What do you mean I mispronounced it? It's Josuke Higasakata.
Yeah.
I'm saying it properly. Higasakata. I'm just saying it fast enough that you're not hearing the I for she.
Oh, man.
So,
but I will say, like, just the openings are really great, really, especially for 1 and number 4, like the 4th opening for, or at least the second opening for Part 3.
Higashikata.
Really get you pumped.
Higashikata. There. Vegan wants in.
Oh gosh. And my phone's frozen. Hold on.
It's pronounced Higashikata Josuke.
Yes, but that's if you're saying it in Japanese.
I'd still
The Japanese
try to
way.
stick closer to the pronunciation. Anyways, that's kind of just really all I just wanted to say, like, because I at least that's what I'm thinking MJ is like trying to like get across. Like, just that's like the. Anyways, I'll just stay in the chat. Otherwise, sorry if it like honestly just seemed like very just minor and vague. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
But now Dio, but yeah, the openings are great. My particular favorites were the one for Jonathan for the first season, and the fourth opening or the second opening for part 3. Especially when for the last 2 episodes for part 3, they changed it up a little bit where you hear, or at least for the Japanese version, you hear Dio say "WARUDO," and
Yes.
you have the glass shatter, and as time's frozen, you see him walking past Jotaro, which I thought was really cool, the way they had that set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, freaking, for at least for Joseph's opening, it had a really cool jazz. Would you say jazz vibe to it?
Wait, say that again.
For Joseph Joestar Part 2, the opening for his story, it kind of had like a jazz vibe to it.
It kind of did, yeah.
Which I honestly thought was cool.
Not gonna lie,
really,
for the first half of part 2, I hated Joseph. I actually just.
Oh yeah, he's a douche.
I could not stand him, but he redeemed himself after Caesar. Around the time that he and Caesar actually became friends.
Yeah, he's really a condescending douche.
But it was actually around the time of the minecart. I was like, okay, I can kind of get it. I can kind of like him. I kind of like him. And then as it went on, I was like, okay, yeah,
So something
I feel like Speedwagon when he was backing Jonathan. Go.
So
you can do this.
Is it? I gotta ask. Is it? So is every father of the main characters fated to not be around or freaking dead? Because I've noticed for Jonathan, after Dio kills him, Dio kills Jonathan's father. Then after the incident where Dio kills Jonathan, Joseph's father is dead. And we get
killed by a random vampire. Vampire from back when Dio was just a standard vampire before the incident on the boat.
Yeah, it was George Joestar.
Mm-hmm.
And he had no idea about Hamon. And he gets killed. By which which, by the way, I wrote this in Discord too. When they do that big reveal of Lisa, I'm just like, and I'm being honest because I wrote this down in Discord. I literally had somebody knocking on my door, wondering what was wrong with me. Because as soon as I heard that freaking they gave that reveal for Lisa, I'm just like, what the fuck?
It had been hinted at very subtly.
I was like, oh, now all of a sudden. I'm just like, this is bullshit.
What a name, though, Lisa.
Yeah. And was it Elizabeth Joestar? And not only that, because the stars align with this character. Not only is she Joseph's mother, but she was also the baby that Elena, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan's wife, saved when Dio destroyed the boat.
Yep.
So pretty much the stars aligned for the Joseph to be friggin'.
That's right. It was Aaron.
Reborn. Oh, MJ's there. Hello.
Hello.
How dare you?
What?
What?
You mispronounced it.
How?
Hold on. Rob, I want you to share my screen in a second.
I'm doing this on my mobile.
Oh, son of a bitch. Higashikara.
Mm.
That's how you say it. I had a thing, yeah, you even double checked it before it came on.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Because it's so fun to say,
It is.
especially when you say it fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it took me
gotten so
forever to
used to saying
mispronounce
it.
his name.
I've gotten so used to saying it the way the dub pronounces it. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh,
No, I've only seen the dub version of it. I haven't seen the sub version of Diamond is Unbreakable. That's the only one where I have not seen the.
I'm hoping soon they
Sub
get
for
it
it.
dubbed because I'm watching it. I watched the first episode subbed.
But yeah, vegan had it right. In Japanese, seeing as it's Japanese, they go last name first, and it's Higashikata Josuke.
And by the way, Rob, they do have dub episodes. of
Where?
All the current parts.
Where?
I'll send you a link.
All right, because
Everywhere, like on Verve and all that, you're just gonna find the sub version. But
Yeah.
I watched Diamond is Unbreakable and Golden Wind through a website. Hold on,
The
I think
only
I still have it
complaint
bookmarked.
I have with the dubs that I've seen, which are parts 1 through 4, the only complaint I really have is Polnareff's voice. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Oh, Polnareff.
Yeah, it does not feel right.
Well, he kind of sounds obnoxious, which during the show he kind of was at the time.
That does fit, but the rest of it, it doesn't mesh well with like how he looks compared to the Japanese version.
I'm
I'm just gonna send you the list of J's because they're all listed there in the same site, just one right after the other. So hold on.
Yeah, Vegan wrote he's a Frenchman.
Mm-hmm.
But
Jean-Pierre Polnareff.
There you go, Rob.
all right, I'll look at it after the podcast. I'm hoping I can find something that I can I can pull it up on my TV so that way when I'm doing work, I can just watch it while I'm working. But
It's the only downside of watching it from a website like that because of the fact that like there's no autoplay. So every time that it ends, you have to like tap onto the next page in order to like, watch the next episode. But other than that, I mean, it's fine.
Cool.
But I watched the dub first before going back and watching the sub versions. But like I said, I've only seen the dub for Diamond is Unbreakable. That was the most fucked up season, or just it's so weird.
It is.
I like that they use Savage Garden though.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
By the way, do they ever? So I'm assuming they explain how all of a sudden everybody has these stands, correct?
If you're looking for consistency across the parts, I hate
luck.
to break it to you.
Because I thought it was me personally, especially between parts 2 and 3, it was just so like out there when they're introducing this hormone thing when it comes to energy and how we use it to fight evil. Now all of a sudden people have these invisible like personas of themselves.
Yeah, the whole stand thing gets explained more as time goes on.
Yeah, forget about hormone. That's going to pretty much be ceased to be.
By the way, the only time it ever pops up.
Last time you see hormone be used in the series is when Old Man Joseph used it on the Empress.
I was gonna say, and use it on himself when they're fighting Dio. So that way, when because the entire time Dio's motivation, because he did take Jonathan's body, was to get the blood of a Joestar.
Mm-hmm.
So he was thinking that by drinking one of their some of their blood, he would have more control of Joseph's body or Jonathan's body.
Yeah, because the hormone coursing through Jonathan's body was so great, it kind of dampened his vampiric powers.
Yeah.
That, and he didn't really continue to progress his vampiric powers.
That actually brought up a question, and just a odd character design choice for me. How all of a sudden that when freaking Dio drank Joseph's blood, he get all of a sudden had green lipstick on his lips?
It was just how they stylized that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking back to when I watched Dungeons and Dragons, and you got the bald guy with like light blue, like sky blue lipstick all over his face. I'm just like, why the fuck are you doing that?
He didn't like to have a consistent color, so he liked the fact that like it would be unique to have like various colors for the characters.
No, I
those
get that.
like screens, but
I will say it was interesting too that they kept like kind of changing like the color schemes when it comes to certain fights.
Mhm.
Which I will say it was odd at times because they kept changing. Like at one point, like let's say cockying on a couple of scenes when it comes to combat, like they change the hue for some of the to more of green, and he has like silver hair or yellow hair, and then for another fight he has like an orange like school uniform with freaking silver hair.
Mhm.
I will say because I watched the first episode, and I will say it kind of works more when it comes to color, or to have a ton of color, is part 4. The way they have that set up.
Mm-hmm.
I will say
You've
that
seen
works.
part 4 now? Or I thought you said you
No,
didn't.
I've seen the first episode. I'm just going to talk about that one. Like, at least when it comes to color.
Mm. Yeah, because
But-
Kakyoin's hair is red, or kind of like a light red
Yeah.
normally.
Also, for part 3, poor Kakyoin, poor Adval, and poor freaking Iggy.
Yeah. What happened with Iggy and
Yeah, when it comes to
Apple.
dogs and JoJo,
right?
Also, I think what pisses me off more when it comes to character deaths is they freaking faked us out when it came to Adval's death.
Oh, that was beautifully done, though. It was
And then
masterfully
all
done.
of a sudden, like when they're fighting Cool Ice, all of a sudden, oh wait, no, we're actually killing Adval now.
Yeah.
Adval.
You wanna know what Cool Ice's original name was supposed to be?
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
some of the names are so stupid.
Yeah.
He's going based on the English names, vegan.
Also,
Please don't get heated. Please don't get
Yeah.
heated.
yeah, I recognize that. And like I said, I watched parts of the OVA.
Oh yeah. The OVA, from what I hear, did keep the
Also,
original name.
Iggy has more of a gruesome death in the OVA than this one.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, just don't get
Yeah.
attached to animals when it comes to JoJo.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize you were just messing.
You didn't?
But freaking A.
Some people get
Um,
super heated when it comes to saying the proper name.
Get back on your game. Just kidding.
I will say, because,
Knock
but,
it off.
and I will, but like I said, when it comes to the hormone thing, I thought it was odd that this all of a sudden they forget about it because they were building it up for part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh wait, now we have stands. We have these, invisible, like, other versions of ourselves that we use for combat. I'm like, oh, okay, but what about the hormone thing that you guys set up for the first 2 parts? Where's
He
that going to
literally
play?
forgets to end certain plot lines or to finish certain plot lines. And
That's
when
like-
asked about it, he was like, "Oh, my bad."
That's like when Toriyama forgot all about the Ozaru form for Saiyan.
Oh, God, Steelzaru. Yeah.
I'm just like, friggin' hell. And I love the fact that for Super, they did actually, add more to that. Or at least remembered what that fucking was.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have
When it came
fighting.
to, like, Broly's transformation.
That's more. I honestly think that's more due to the people that was working with Toriyama reminding him.
Like, maybe perhaps like if they were explaining it that maybe like everybody at this, I mean, it's already explained that everybody has a chance as the ability to like access and use Hamon. So maybe this is like their physical or not just physical, but maybe their own representation of Hamon taking form. I don't know. It would make more sense than just all of a sudden, oh, you guys have stands, which can be seen by other, just ordinary people that don't have stands.
All I'll say is, since I don't really want to spoil it, is it boils down to a virus that's on the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for frick's sake. So let me guess. Dio got a hold of this arrow, stabbed himself, and because of his blood connection.
Wait, they cut
the
this.
Joestar.
They cut out how he got his stand in the English dub. I don't recall that. I don't recall that being cut.
No, well, I'm saying so because you just spoiled the whole arrow thing. I slightly know about the arrow because it's popped up
the
in.
arrow thing.
No, he just mentioned about the arrow.
But he didn't spoil the whole thing.
Okay,
There's
well,
more
he
to
spoiled
it.
a little bit, and I know
Not
about
really.
Well, I will say I know about the arrow because in some of the Devil Armis videos, or at least one of them, it's popped up maybe once or twice. But gosh, freaking, I can't believe I'm mentioning Devil Artemis in this freaking conversation.
Your channel is dedicated to Devil Artemis. It's not that big of a surprise.
Hey, those videos have been doing good. You gotta give me credit.
You.
Those,
I'm just
those
saying,
videos,
you're acting like it came out of nowhere. Like, oh my god, I brought Devil Artemis. How the shame.
But no, he didn't find out about it and stab himself.
Yeah.
Inyaba, as you know her,
gave him the arrow.
She didn't just give him the arrow. She's the one that pierced him with the arrow.
Oh shit.
She shot him
And
with the arrow after explaining what it would do.
So, and as I was gonna say,
under the threat of death if it did not do what she said it would.
And due to him getting his stand, everybody else from that are from the Joestar line got theirs.
Mm-hmm,
because Dio,
it was Jonathan's body.
Yeah. So in a sense, he pretty much sealed his doom by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed too that his stand may not just be friggin' because he claims that he's able to stop time. How much you want to bet that it just mimics the abilities of other stands?
That's what it was originally going to be.
For Dios?
Yeah, that's what it was originally going to be.
Because I noticed something that I thought was odd when we were, because the one ability they uses most of the time was the time stop.
Mm-hmm.
But earlier in the episodes, we see him having something similar to Purple Hermit.
Oh yeah. That's because Araki initially at least intended to have him have Purple Hermit as well.
So, and
but
also
he was
I know
like, no, this is going to be too broken if I do this. I'm just going to give him the world time freeze or time stop.
In the end explains why Star Platinum is also able to use able to stop time. Again, friggin' Dio just kind of sealed his fate by friggin' getting stabbed with that arrow. He set himself up to fail.
Yeah. At one point in another story, he almost did succeed in wiping out the entire Joestar line, though.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Eyes of Heaven. It's considered canon. The video game for PS4.
Interesting. I'll have to look it up. But, good Lord. Yeah, the friggin'...
Yeah, it is Jonathan's stand. Oh, okay. It's technically Jonathan's stand. Okay.
Who, the world?
Hermit Purple.
Really?
I guess that would be what Jonathan's stand would be. I don't know. I don't see that as. I can't really say that's the case though, because Jonathan has been theorized to be strong enough that if he had a stand, nobody would be able to stand up to him.
By the way, is it just me, or Star Platinum look or resemble more to Jonathan? Just by look or looks.
Kinda.
I would say like with somewhat when it comes to like the shoulder pads he has as well as the hair, and the fact that when it comes to combat, it's close combat with both Dio stand and Jotaro's.
I think Matthew Mercer did a good job of voicing Jotaro.
Real quick, to be fair, vegan, and yes, I mean this intentionally. I'm saying this intentionally. It's all a bit bizarre.
Yeah.
Boo. But yeah, have fun watching part 4.
Yeah.
Not really.
The thing that was really, that I will say that was really like that got me going half the time was some of the freaking like references, like them mentioning Tom and Jerry at one point. Freaking, I think they mentioned Looney Tunes. There's a lot of like cultural references, like freaking.
Oh yeah,
Weird Al
references
near the end when they do the blood transfusion to revive Joseph.
Oh, that was great.
When at first, Joseph tries to troll them, but as JoJo's about to kill him, Joseph like, no, it's me, and Jotaro questions him about all this random like pop cultural shit. And the last one, okay, who sang the parody "Eat It" for "Beat It"? And it's Weird Al Yankovic. And I love Jotaro's reaction. It's like, figures it's the old man. Nobody would know so many useless shit.
Oh, I know so much useless shit. Probably more than the stuff that I actually teach.
Yeah. The same here.
Oh,
Almost every movie I've ever watched is ingrained in my mind.
That's why I like talking about movie references with you, because usually you'll get them.
I honestly, I really do hope they animate part 6, regardless of some of the stuff that is literally said in that part.
Yeah,
because the Joestar in that one is my favorite. She is my favorite.
Jolene.
Huh?
Jolene.
Yeah, Jolene Joestar.
I might start buying the
Jolene Cujo. Sorry.
Yeah.
I might start buying the manga.
I need to start reading JoJolion, the part 8 stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if they do eventually animate it, part 6, if they will pay for the licensing for Jolene by Dolly Parton.
They're probably gonna have to.
It's pretty expensive though, for particularly that song, from what I recall.
That and the racial tension and whatnot, as well as it being in a prison setting for the most part. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. I know there's gonna be people that are gonna be pissed off because of the whole racial tension behind part 6.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Because it deals with like the KKK.
At one point, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
However, part of the reason why, besides Jolene being my favorite of the Joestars, of the JoJos, part of the reason I want it to be animated is, in my opinion, Part 7 wouldn't make much sense without the way Part 6 ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not a big Dolly Parton fan, but I actually like that song.
Because he they get the end of part 6 does a complete rewrite.
Part 7 is actually a parallel universe, Vegan says.
Yep.
What?
I haven't gone
Yep.
past part 6.
Because of the events of part 6, that world kind of doesn't exist anymore.
Huh.
And so we're dealing with parallel universes of sorts.
Oh boy.
It's technically a rewrite
Interesting.
or a restart. It's a universal restart. Is basically what it is.
Which isn't surprising considering the fact that he likes to switch things up. Oh, hi, Ash. I didn't even see she's behind me. She's not being an ass right now. Fucking shut down my computer as I was grading yesterday.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and then she turned it back on for me. And then as I was about to log in, she shuts it down again like an asshole.
That's funny.
Yes, unplugging my mic last week and then shutting my computer down this week. So she is now asshole Ash.
Oh,
You
that's
want to
funny.
know why I say it's a rewrite, Vegan?
He said it's an alternate continuity since part 6 the characters are still around, I'll say.
They
Also, the family chart that they made during part 8. They make during part 8. Yeah, I don't know anything past part 6.
it's a rewrite because at the end of part 6, all the characters, even though they're the same characters, they're different names, they're different people, different experiences.
Interesting.
And part 8, I know nothing about except for the truth behind Gabby. Which is part 8's JoJo.
Huh.
Otherwise known as Josuke Higasukata 8. To signify it's a different one from part 4.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully my headset doesn't die on me. The way I'm sitting, it was plugged into my computer or my tower, and it was kind of pulling out. It had to move back towards my window, but I just turned the wireless part on. I haven't used wireless in a while.
Because also the reason why is part 7 main character is Johnny Joestar. This version's Jonathan. There's a different Dio as well, and they have stands.
Interesting.
Yeah, part 7 it starts a whole nother series, whole nother thing. It's weird.
Did you answer, Rob? I'm sorry if I didn't actually ask this, but who's your favorite character out of the parts that you've seen so far? So,
Oh gosh,
parts
that's
1,
a hard
2,
one.
and 3. So, one favorite per part. Not season, you fuck.
Okay, so
Netflix did you dirty with that because, yeah, I did the same thing, and Aiden had to correct me.
so for season 1,
Okay, so we're going by parts.
Yeah.
I didn't even get a reaction for that.
I thought you were muted.
No, I said I made a joke seeing how you guys would react. So I said, okay, so season 1.
I guess it was so dumb that it flew under my radar.
Take
Take that.
Oh gosh.
Me, it was more like, let's set that aside.
No, I was
Okay, for part 1, as much as I like Jonathan and Dio, I really liked Speedwagon and Zeppeli.
Okay.
Okay.
For part 2, Joseph's a douche.
Wait,
But then again,
Joseph.
Joseph Joestar for part
oh,
2.
Wait,
kinda like
Rob, I gotta ask you the same thing that Magi asked me when I said the same thing initially. Didn't
What?
you like his? Didn't you like his disguise?
Oh fuck! I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot. That just passed me. I'm like, fuck. It was so. Kind of like MJ. It was so stupid that I kind of blocked it out of my mind.
I feel dumb right now because I don't. I'm missing. I don't remember.
Where Joseph.
Whenever he
dressed
was
up as a
sneaking
woman.
into the compound where they were holding Santana. I don't remember the English name for him. The first of the 4 Billerman that Joseph fought. Joseph had to deal with.
It was some.
He dressed up in that Latina outfit.
And he tried to sneak in as a woman,
Yeah.
but the Nazis were freaking.
Oh yeah,
weren't falling for it. I will say for 2.
That's right. English name was
Besides-
Sanviento.
Yeah, Salviento. I'm not a fan of Joseph for the most part when it comes to that series. So the thing that and also if I may, just a quick rant, the thing that freaking bugged the hell out of me, and this is why I said I wish it was longer, so we had more interactions with the characters. Like the last moment when they think he's dead and they're all at his funeral. The freaking dirtbag didn't even tell him, or at least it was Susie Q. Sorry, it was Susie Q. But they are all warning him, and not only is he not dead, but he's married to Susie Q, who we barely had any interaction with for their show. I'm just like, what the?
And when he first met her, he was basically checking out his mom through that door, the keyhole.
Which again, I had to what the fuck moment when they brought that up.
Yeah, and I wanted to see. I wanted to see old man Joseph get chewed out by Susie. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm assuming you don't get that though.
No.
But anyways.
Susie's back in America.
Yeah, Smokey, I kind of liked. He was a fun character. Especially kind of comedic relief to some extent, especially when he becomes friends with Joe or Joseph. He knows exactly his BS. So the fight with cars. Yep. When they he's like, okay, I'm gonna use my special move. We're like, oh no, don't say what I think you're gonna say. Yes, I'm gonna grab the stone and I'm gonna run like hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I knew you were gonna say that.
What does he say? Is he like, hush, or don't make me make out with you, or something like that in part 2? Or maybe I'm mixing up parts. Because the woman sued all son, he was like, shush, or otherwise I'll have to make out with you. It was in front of Fountain. It was when he first met
Susie.
Not Susie. Before that. When he met Zeppeli.
Yeah.
And fought him.
Oh gosh.
Because he put that woman in a spell. Or a love spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so favorite character for parts 1 and 2 recap. My memory is short term right now.
Okay, so Speedwagon and Zeppeli.
Mm-hmm.
Smokey for part 2. And you know what? I will say, just with kind of a somewhat badass character who takes no bullshit, Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay, so part 3 then.
Part 3. Okay, that one's gonna be hard.
Oh yeah.
That one's hard. I'm gonna say Old Man Joseph for one, due to some of his comedic moments. And I will say, like, there. And I've noticed there.
God.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! The toilet scene was funny. And I've noticed that, like, two of his best moments when it comes to fighting a stand user is when he's by himself or when he had Adval.
Abdul.
Abdul. Yeah. The one where he fought the Empress, which brought me back to how much I hate. I at times I hate Polnareff.
Yeah.
He has no fucking clue, or he's too full of himself to freaking realize. And then
I don't know about
fighting
that,
when he the other one where he becomes like a giant magnet, which I will say that's probably the smartest way he came up with taking down an enemy. Where Abdul and old Joseph are on opposite sides of the enemy stand user, and they both just let go of what they're holding on to and freaking crush them, which I will say is a horrible way, probably really painful. But at the same time, they kind of shouldn't have, stepped in front of two people that at this point are giant fucking magnets.
Being crushed to death or suffocated to death in a tight space has always been a big fear. That would be the worst way, in my opinion, to die. I get nightmares over that. Usually it's one of those blackout water slides that they're completely encapsulated in dark when you slide down them. I always had nightmares of being stuck in the middle of the slide where you can't go up or down. And I wake up and I'm trying to catch my breath because it's so fucking terrifying. I mean, burning to death is pretty bad too because you're also suffocating. But
one of my favorite moments, though, concerning Old Man Joseph in Part 3, was whenever JoJo was taking on the younger of the two brothers.
Oh yeah,
and he was at the end of it, he's like, yes. Oh my.
Oh God. Yeah, I love. You realize that's a Pegasus moment from Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
What?
Because Pegasus was reading Yugi and Yami's mind when it comes to their moves.
Yeah.
So basically, they had to find a way to trick him.
He wasn't reading their mind. He was literally seeing what their cards were.
Yeah.
And what they were going to do.
At the same time, or at least, in a sense, he was reading their mind because they used their.
Because the Millennium Eye allows you to see all
into their mind. Allows them to see into their mind, unless because I watched the freaking English stuff. They probably didn't explain it more.
Yeah,
as it was explained in the English dub that he allows them to see into their minds. Yeah, so again, he was using that to his advantage when it came to playing the game.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Vegan. Darby Jr. I haven't watched or read Part 3 in so long. It all kind of just
based on Terrence Darby?
Huh?
Darby Jr. freaking creepy.
The name Darby, isn't it due to Terrence Darby?
Maybe. I want to say so, but I'm not entirely sure.
And isn't it D''ARBY? I can't remember.
Well, either way, that one of the two brothers is fucking creepy.
You haven't seen Creepy yet, my dude.
No, you have not.
Oh no.
Yes.
No. Well, actually, I think they've set the standard when you have freaking Kakyoin, or at least the fake Kakyoin. Oh my God! No. Yeah, licking the.
And then it turned out that was the
That's how
only
he
thing
does it.
that Rubber Soul got right.
My fucking God. I'm just like, I'm just, I'm thinking like, I see that. I'm like, JoJo, just punch him just to make sure that's not the fake one.
Good grief indeed, Jotaro.
Channeling his inner Charlie Brown. Good grief.
Yeah.
I will
And then-
say, I know you haven't seen it yet. Golden Wind is my favorite part that I've seen so far. Out of, like I said, I'm familiar with parts 1 through 6, but I do not. But my favorite character in part 6 is not the main character.
Mm-mm.
I find him to be very bland.
In part what? Part 5?
Golden Wind.
Yeah, part 5.
Yeah. Did I say part 6 on accident?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Jono is not my favorite character in that
Mm-mm.
part. He's not a bad character. I just find that he really doesn't have much of a personality.
Mm-hmm. Though I will say, given his lineage, and I won't say what it is,
Mm-hmm.
kudos, major props.
I like Bucciarati in Narancha.
Yes, Narancha and Bucciarati are so good.
Oh,
But
grief.
sorry, I cut you off, Rob.
That's all right. And I think, and you weren't here for this, MJ, when I was talking about the openings.
Mhm.
Like I said, number one, I like the part 2 opening, but my favorites so far have to be 1 and the second opening for part 3.
You'll love the final openings for the last 2 parts that they've animated. Then,
Oh yeah, and like I said, just because they made an for the last 2 episodes for part 3, they made an alternate version for the opening, where it's for the entire time for like that second half of the part. They show the characters, but like for the last 2 episodes, they alter it a little bit to show some more detail to the story. And then that last bit where Star Platinum punches the glass, and then you see freaking the world punch the other side. Time freezes, and then you see Dio walking past him, and then they just go on a full-on belting match between each other. I thought it was really, really cool.
Now I've got Savage Garden stuck in my head.
Huh?
right?
And all I can think of is Josuke like looking like he's like giving like a kissy face when the song pops up or the end theme pops up. And I'm just like, really? But I Want You by Savage Garden is the end theme for part of Diamond is Unbreakable.
Oh, that actually brought up something. I had a quick chuckle for like for the end credits for the first part of part 3 when they start playing friggin' Walk Like an Egyptian.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I skipped right past it once it started, and I realized it was. Walk Like an Egyptian.
I had a quick chuckle because I'm like, I grew up with this song.
You're surprised that they were able to play Savage Garden's song as the outro. The licensing is probably not as much because it's, from the 90s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roundabout would probably be a lot more expensive to license from Yes.
So
Then
here's
Savage
my
Garden.
question. For part 3, who would you think would be your favorite like enemy stand user?
Favorite enemy stand user?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of them. And they're either by the character, personality, or their stand's abilities.
Oh, I can definitely tell you which ones would be my least favorite. My most hated.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
It's a toss-up between Alessi, the one who had Seth
Let's see.
Set.
I'm trying to remember. Oh God,
I hated him.
I fucking hated him
I
too.
loved what happened to him.
Yeah. Oh,
It's toss
especially
up
when you
between
find.
him or oh god, I forgot what the other one was. It just irked me to no end. And I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I am too. I'm trying to think of the fucking cowboy's name.
That was his name, Whole Horse.
Whole
That was
Horse.
the other one I was thinking of. I hate him. I despise him.
By the way,
I actually liked him.
the prediction, the premonition, freaking kid that whose Stan was able to make premonitions through comics. I
Oh,
think we're setting them up to fail
you want to
because both times its predictions did come true, but what they thought was the end of the Joestars was actually them getting fucking hurt.
Yeah. You know what their names were originally, right?
I can't remember.
Originally, their names were Oingo and Boingo.
Oh really? Oh
Mhm.
jeez. I know it's something else for the show,
Oh yeah.
but oh my gosh, yeah. And I think the worst one was probably Whole Horse.
I did not mind him, but he reminded me. I mean, I'm comparing Mortal
No,
Kombat
I meant-
now,
I
but
meant
he
when-
reminded me of Aaron Black.
No,
Okay, yeah, I see that.
I meant
see
with
that.
the premonitions, how he went out. Whereas the brother got blown up because he was disguised as freaking Jotaro.
Hey, Jotaro, do that cigarette trick again.
Oh yeah, that was funny. They're all like freaking fucking with. I wouldn't be surprised if they knew it was a fake. They're just fucking with him.
That's what I think.
That would have been really funny. But no, like Whole Horse, he puts. I mean, let's be fair. The Stan's premonition came true. In a sense, Jotaro did get shot in the head, but it wasn't Jotaro himself, but the page of the comic book with Whole Horse putting his face right in front of it as the bullet went through the comic book.
Their English names were Zenyatta and Mondada.
Yes. Also, the comic and the comic freaking outro was really trippy.
For
For
there's
their
reference
episode.
to one of Boingo Boingo's music videos. I just don't know which one.
Oh, really? Yeah. Like I said, it's really trippy.
Death 13's user was interesting.
Because it was a baby.
Disgusting how they dealt with them, though. Ugh.
Oh God, yeah.
Can't remember what happened.
Polnareff snuck his poo in the baby food before,
And the baby ate it. No, well, like unknowing, like because Kakyoin. By the way, because with Death 13, whenever they went to sleep and they woke back up, they would forget the dream that the dream world that the Death 13 created. And Kakyoin was able to bypass this when he got knocked out with Emerald. Was it? What's his stand again?
Emerald Green.
Or Emerald Green?
Emerald.
I thought it was Hierophant.
Hierophant.
Hierophant Green.
Yeah, I thought it was Hierophant Green. When he was knocked out with Hierophant Green still out. And I guess he was able to bring Hierophant Green in with him to the dream world.
Because of that, yeah.
And I guess when they all left the dream world, he still remembered.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, look, and like everybody, because they didn't have their stands, forgot. But I remember because I had my stand. And what we're going to do is I'd rather not kill you. So what we're going to do is we're going to the first town we find, we're going to leave you there. But I don't appreciate you making people think I'm crazy. So he takes a piece of the baby's poop, and then mix it into the baby food.
Without Joseph watching.
Yeah, without Joseph watching, who comes over and tries to feed the baby. And freaking Polnareff ends up helping, force feeding the baby the shit-filled baby food.
The only other stand user I did not like, just because of what it was doing, was Strength's user. I don't remember its name.
Oh gosh.
That frickin' intelligent orangutan.
Oh, almost rapist orangutan.
Almost child.
Rape aid?
Remember?
Sorry.
You don't remember that because they had the
Oh, I
little
didn't.
girl with them.
Forever is the
And-
name of the orangutan.
Yeah, and there was a point where the girl stepped away from everybody else to take a shower, and freaking the orangutan who was pretending to be locked up leaves his cage, kills everybody, and then
And starts
friggin-
leering at her while she's showering.
yeah, and it just becomes that episode, like that last bit was very uncomfortable for me. I'm just like, this is really fucked up.
Yeah.
Creepiest animal you've seen.
Yeah.
I don't like
and
A's. I don't like
that
A's.
really sets up, and that really sets up the whole thing with animals apparently using stands.
Hmm.
Because we had that as we mentioned, strength.
Yeah, forever. And the stand strength.
I thought his name was Strength, and he
Strength is its stand.
I thought
Forever is the orangutan's name.
Oh really?
Mhm.
Oh
Mhm.
gosh.
They never said the orangutan's name.
Okay. But then we got the hawk, pet shop,
From Pet Shop Boys.
and then Iggy.
I
I felt-
don't like how Iggy looked. I thought Iggy was ugly.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I noticed that they changed his design like halfway through after introducing him. Where
Because he forgets half the time. And it was like, oh, something new.
because he looked more like almost human in facial characteristics.
I guess I'm just not a big fan of like what was the breed he was like French Bulldog
I'm not sure.
I want to say.
or maybe some sort of terrier. I don't know. Dogs with their eyes that look like they're gonna pop out.
So like a Chihuahua.
Yeah, you know my my discrimination towards Chihuahua.
Boston Terrier. He's a Boston Terrier.
Oh,
So he's like, wait, Boston Terrier. Wasn't that what Spuds McKenzie was?
Oh, good
But,
question.
Because if that's the case, then they look nothing alike. But
but yeah, they were really setting up the whole thing of like animals using stands, which I thought was a really cool like thing.
No. Let's see. Spuds is a fictional bull terrier.
Spuds was a real dog.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
I have a Spuds McKenzie
Yeah, he
glass
was a
in my
bull
kitchen.
Spuds was a
But,
bull terrier. Iggy's a Boston Terrier.
I don't know. It's not that I don't like brachycephalic dogs or like when they're like muzzle and everything is like smushed in. Like pugs are adorable to me, but I just don't like
Or
dogs
like-
that are smaller and yip. I like big hunting dogs.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
No,
I mean,
hate
I like
towards
big
your,
dogs.
no hate towards your dogs.
Yeah, I like large dogs, but my small freaking little lap dogs are my life.
Yeah. I mean,
will
I've
say,
always
like-
been a golden girl, so I've always had golden retrievers.
Also, I want to point out some of the clothing for some of the characters, especially character like Vanilla Ice, aka Cool Ice.
Hmm.
I got freaking Zarbon vibes, or like from like the Frieza Force, where they're wearing like almost a male thong.
I'm assuming this is a Dragon Ball reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like
I
old school.
should watch it. I should watch Dragon Ball, but I don't even know where to begin.
It looks like old school superhero
Which again, I'm going to say this like on the podcast
with massive
I
shoulder pads.
when it came to the armor design for old school Dragon Ball Z during the Frieza saga, I always thought it was like a weird armor choice for them to have like kind of like Speedo thong friggin' uh for their for pretty much the lower body, and then like have like high boots half the time.
Mhm.
I thought it was really weird. Actually, freaking for Zarbon, it made it worse where he had the freaking like Speedo thong thing and had thigh high socks or stockings with boots.
Well, I mean, he was all about the fashion.
Also, it didn't help that for Team 4-Star and freaking Devil Artemis, they really added on to his whole flamboyant nature.
Oh yeah.
I don't like Speedos. On guys. I don't know. Maybe it's just because my stepdad used to walk around the house
Oh God.
in only a Speedo.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And it wouldn't just be to hang out outside and like sunbathe. It would be in the house. Just like even during like the winter, he would wear essentially Speedos. You're
Jeez.
welcome. Welcome back, Size Matters. Hopefully you guys can still hear me because I'm kind of leaning far away from my mic.
We
I
got
can hear you.
I moved my stand or my boom arm to the other side because that way I don't have to like scoot over, and it was kind of in the way with like my controller mounts on my wall over here, and I'm trying to move shit around. Right now currently I have my JR's Nintendo 64 like cartridge case underneath my old monitor to rise it up so they're even. My two monitors are like level, but it kind of takes up a lot of space. I want to find like a desk organizer that I can put underneath the monitor and then put all like my office supplies and stuff in there.
By
But
the way,
the box itself is huge.
I got
That's
myself
fun.
a new mic stand.
Yeah?
Nice.
Did you check out the one that I linked you?
Oh no, I didn't. I think I did. It might be the same one.
How much did you pay? If you don't mind me
Like-
asking.
20, $30.
Okay. Yeah, that's how much mine cost. I like this mic stand because it comes with like a bunch of different accessories. Like obviously I can't use the shock mount because my mic's too big for it, but like my windscreen and pop filter, and then the little phone add-on to the side, which is kind of nice, even though right now, based on where I have it positioned, it is kind of a pain in the ass to kind of move it around, but I can easily remove that phone holder part and like put my webcam on it or something.
Yeah.
The clips on it, the clamps on it are like and it is a little hard to kind of move around, but once it's all set up, it's really nice. But I did accidentally clamp too hard on my desk, and now there's like a tiny little indent on one side, which kind of bugs me. But I mean, it's nice because I can just fold it back up. But the only downside is that it kind of looks a little weird because JR's workbench is right next to my desk, and he has a lamp that has like the same structure of like the microphone stand or the microphone arm, and so it's right next to his lamp. So and when I kind of fold this up, it kind of wants to go like a little bit onto his workbench, so hopefully he doesn't like knock his elbows on it or anything. But I mean, I was just happy that it was that inexpensive and a great deal. But I gotta rework or bundle my cords together because they're all over the place. I need to kind of straighten those out, especially since she likes to get back there and mess with them because she's an asshole. What Spyro are you playing, Size Matters? Rat from Diamond is Unbreakable. Why do I not remember? I had to watch the JoJo again because it's been a while.
Yeah. It was the one that shot that Josuke and Jotaro had to try and snipe with the rocks.
Yeah, for some reason I'm drawing a blank. Oh, thank you, Vegan.
Oh, okay. I thought Rat was the name of the rat. That's my bad.
And what I meant size matters was what, like, are you playing the first one or second or third? If I'm assuming if you're playing like the trilogy, the remastered trilogy. I still need to finish 2 and 3. That is the name of the stand.
Okay.
So I think all in all, I really enjoy. I enjoy JoJo, like for the first
Yeah.
three part.
Yeah. Just quick heads up with part 4. Be prepared to be disturbed.
Well,
There's a lot of disturbing moments.
We have freaking a dude feeding a baby shit. We have freaking Kakuin freaking being weird with a fucking cherry. We have a variety of
Yeah, that's
freaking
nothing
messed up
compared to
shit.
4. Yeah, that's mild.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have the freaking creepy fucker Lessie.
All I have to say about that episode is Polnareff came so close to actually
Being killed.
to finding love
Yeah.
Mhm.
in that. It actually hurt, but at the same time, I was proud of him for walking away instead of
I
going
will-
back.
I
Being
will-
like, yeah,
if
that
I-
was
if-
me. Like he normally would have. That showed some astounding character growth on his part.
It did. And I will say, it kind of reminded me of an episode from another anime where they did something similar with a particular character from the main cast. Actually, no, sorry, 2 of the characters from the main cast.
Can you go into further detail?
The Oh My God, a series
Ah,
where after they defeat the Lord of Terror, I guess the energy flowing to Earth that helps sustain the goddess's power goes out of whack, and it's different. Like the effects are different for each goddess. For Beldandi, she ends up falling into a deep sleep till it gets fixed. For Erd, she gets turned into a little kid. And for Scold, she becomes an adult.
Oh, Rob, you got the same one as me.
interesting.
What?
The mic stand. Yeah, you got the exact same one, the one I linked you.
Yeah, I like it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's very inexpensive and it comes with so many accessories. Your setup's actually pretty nice too.
I had to move my friggin' TV so that way I'm not having to do a lot of moving
That's
around
a
when I
huge
come to record.
TV.
Was it a 53? Also, if you notice on the TV, it's the friggin' it's a
Yeah,
Dio.
I see that. Yeah.
I was rewatching one of the earlier episodes, to kind of get prepared for this conversation.
Hmm.
But
Oh, you put your webcam there. You realize you can unhook or unscrew the phone holder part and then just insert your webcam right into the mount.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, just like there's that screw behind the phone holder. And then there's like that ball inside that you had to shove in to put it on that mount. Just unscrew that and pull the actual phone part off. And then you should be able to push in your webcam that way. So you don't have to have it on top of your holder. It's actually holding the actual webcam. Which I didn't realize that at first either. I don't have it that way right now, but I mean, if I wanted to, I could. Right now, my webcam's behind, on top of my middle monitor because I'm using JR's lamp as a pseudo ring light, which actually works really well. Better than that little fucking selfie ring light that I have for your phones. That one kind of sucks. But yeah, sorry. I just now saw the picture you sent, so it's a huge tower too.
Yeah, I need actually in a little bit because I'm in a little bit I might call it, and I need to probably put on some TV and clean it out. 'Cause I think it's getting around that time where I need to do it. Probably do it before I have to drive to go see my dogs tomorrow.
Aw, yay.
Actually, I have a productive day because because it's a 2-hour drive. And before I go see the dogs, I was actually going to go get my oil changed and tires rotated. So I was going to get up early, drive into town, get the tires rotated, oil changed, and then probably get something to eat because that's my one day where I'm going to, order out and just kind of go see my dogs.
That sounds like a fun day. Minus the tire rotation and oil change, but I mean, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, I'm past the due date for the oil change, so
I'm pretty bad with that too. But JR actually got it done for me, or did it for me, because he had my car for over about a month since his truck kept breaking down, and so it's not like I really go anywhere. And my valve needs to be replaced on my tire because it keeps saying that I have low tire.
Good Lord.
And I don't. And I know how to shut it off, but the sensor's faulty. But my car is almost 12 years old now. And it's the longest that I've had a car before, like, getting a new one.
Yeah, my car, I think it's like 2017, 2018.
Your car's nice. I like your car. My old car is a piece of shit. I had a fucking Cougar, and it was the last year that they made that particular model because it was a 2000, and it was a hatchback. And because of the fact that they stopped manufacturing, the Cougar, parts for it were a lot more expensive and to replace, because they'd have to special order it. It was I put way more money into that car than I needed to. The car was I used to love that car, but yeah, it was just much more of a hassle than it really needed to be. And my car I have now is my first 4-door car. I used to have 2-door cars before, because my first car was a Grand Am, or a Pontiac Grand Am. I think it was like a 95 Grand Am, but yeah. Leaving so soon, Vegan says. Are you referring to like Rob talking about his day tomorrow, or ending the podcast tonight? You guys have been on for
3 hours.
Yeah, because it got started at 9, or at least 9 here.
Yeah, we spent a lot of the time talking about the nominees.
I did not check out the link that you.
Well, some of them, as I was telling Aiden, some of them, I don't see why they're putting Last of Us on.
What are they being nominated for?
Let me double check, because I have to pull it up on my laptop.
Oh yeah, the downside of having my mic stand on that side of the desk is now I got to figure out where I'm going to put my laptop, because I have a stand for my laptop now too, which has a cooling fan, but because I'm moving shit around, my laptop doesn't properly fit where it's at. So, womp womp.
All right, come on, hurry up.
Here, wait, you posted the link in Discord, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can just look it up.
Oh, I got it. It's just... Come on, there we go. Okay, so Game of the Year.
Wait,
so
really?
So these are the nominees for
Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades. I've been hearing about Hades. I never heard of Hades until literally yesterday.
Same here. But just going down the list, the list of games that Last of Us is being nominated for. So Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, which you and I need it. I think we should still come together to redo that.
Yeah, do you want to re-record that?
We'll find out a time to do that.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to upload the version that we did originally because just the audio balance is really like you can barely hear you on there, and I'm really loud.
Yeah.
So I
we'll
don't
get
mind
worked.
re-recording it if you want to do that sometime.
Yeah, we'll get it worked out.
Awesome. I say okay.
So,
Game direction.
that's game direction.
Sentinels? I've never heard of that one.
But so for now, I'm just going down the list for
Yeah.
the ones that Last of Us. So
Yeah.
best narrative, which I'm saying, I as I told him, that's utter bullshit.
Okay, so
Best
art direction, music.
Best narrative, my ass. Best art direction. Best score.
Audio
is The Last
design.
of Us. Best audio design.
Okay, the music. I can't hate on the music.
I will say my thing is I think if anything, Ghost of Tsushima should be on this freaking that list.
It is.
No, it's just
Or what?
for best score music, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, Hades.
It's for
Ori
Game of the Year,
and the
Best
World
Game
of Witch.
Direction, Best Narrative, and Best Art Direction.
And then for 2 of the spots for best performance is Ashley Johnson and Laura Bailey.
I mean, they did a good job. It's just the story itself.
I know,
that
but
sucked.
I kind of with some of the stuff, especially with a lot of the other stuff, which Last of Us 2 did piss poor in. It makes me wonder who got a ton of money to put them in those spots.
I don't know if I mean I did say earlier that I think that a lot of reward shows are rigged.
Yeah.
I think that they probably would have possibly gotten more
honestly,
shit if they didn't get nominated, to be honest, because of the fact that people were waiting years for part 2. And I mean, Ashley Johnson and Laura Bailey did do a good job, despite the fact that we saw Laura Bailey looking like she was fucking giving birth.
By the way, remember the final, the original final product for the
Vegan wants in, by the way.
Okay, for a quick sec, because I gotta take off pretty soon.
Yeah, I just saw he said in the chat that he wanted in.
What's up?
Yeah. Hello. I had to take care of some stuff, which is why I'm only showing up now, and I only showed up for a brief second.
So yeah, Last of Us innovation and accessibility, which is utter bullshit.
Okay, so I'm looking here for games for impact, and one of the games is Tell Me Why, which is by the developers that made Life is Strange. And okay, so I didn't even know this game existed. I mean, I kind of heard about it back in like June, but it didn't come out until
I think it was announced during one of the game things.
Yeah, it came out in September, and I have it because it's on Xbox Game Pass. All 3 chapters. You can if you have Game Pass for PC or whatever, you can get it for free. And like no one's doing Let's Plays on it. I should take that back. All the gaming channels that I subscribe to, aside from one, hasn't done it. The main character is trans, or it's you play as twins, and one of the twins is trans. And they basically, I don't know much about it. Like I said, I downloaded it because I'm gonna try it out myself. It's pretty short, I guess, but they basically, when I saw the beginning of it, like the opening scene, it's essentially like a ripoff of Beyond Two Souls.
Oh, good
It's
Lord.
raining. The person's in the police station. The cop's like, you got to tell me what's wrong, otherwise I can't help you. And they like look scared or anxious, and then it cuts to black. Like it's the same thing from Beyond Two Souls, but I'm not saying Beyond Two Souls created the whole like police kind of drama, like, why are you here? What happened? And then not saying anything, but
yeah.
Some of these games
I saw it.
Interesting.
I saw it and I wasn't motivated to check it out.
I'm curious about it, so I do plan on checking it out eventually. I'm not gonna really do a like Let's Play or a stream on it, I don't think, but let's see here. Now I'm looking at best indie. Hades is up there. Fall Guys. Let's see, best mobile game, Among Us. Still have never played. Pokemon Cafe Mix? Huh. Community support, Apex, Destiny. Destiny's on there?
Yep.
Oh, No Man's Sky. I will give credit to the people who made No Man's Sky. Like, it was such a hype game, and then it was so disappointing when it came out, but they've been working hard ever since to make it actually a decent game.
Yeah.
It's not a kind of like, I don't really like necessarily like procedurally generated games, especially if they don't have a plot. But I hear it's good.
Yeah.
Innovation, accessibility. Is The Last of Us Part 2 on there? Yes, it is. That's one thing I will give them credit for. They did a really good job with the accessibility for that game.
How so?
Have you checked out all the features?
What do you mean features?
Like for people that have like disabilities or visual or hearing impairments to be able like to play the game.
I was gonna say, 'cause
The Last of Us Part 2.
Ah.
Like they've really expanded on it. Because they made like QTEs, they make it easier for people that have like low or like coordination and like reaction speed. Like the subtitles are varied based on, you can use like by color, size, language, and everything. Like controls can be simplified for people. And those are just only a few of the features, but I took a look at them when the game first came out, and I give Naughty Dog props for that. And you're starting to see that more with like AAA titles, like Tomb Raider. The Tomb Raider reboot has been doing that too. Hey, aren't you... Size Matter says, hey, aren't you that guy that the Dark Reindeer made videos on? Yep.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really a while ago. I might maybe speak about it like maybe later, at least when they're like, you know, done with their conversation, because I don't want to interrupt that.
I was done, by the way.
Oh, all right. I don't know. Should I speak about it now, or you guys like still maybe want to discuss something else? Because I know Rob has to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if anything, when it comes to that, because I know, the Dark Reindeer at this point is no longer on YouTube.
That was one thing that definitely surprised me. As I honestly I didn't even know about that until then. One of my friends then contacted me saying that like his channel's no longer on. And by the way, I guess I'll say this now. I definitely have no disrespect to Dark Reindeer or anything. In fact, I will say, when I made those videos, I was definitely not completely right in the head, because I was definitely very angry a lot of the time. So, and also especially when I first filmed my my first few videos, they were mostly a lot out of anger.
Yeah.
Although since then since then I've definitely kind of had more time to relax and also at least get help, because I was also dealing with some in-home situations at the time. Although now I'm a little bit more, I guess, laid back and chill.
Our little vegan is growing up.
Yes, we talked about it on the previous podcast, or actually I don't even know how many weeks that was. Or I'm almost,
I don't know. I lose track of what day it is. Yeah. Every day. Is the Dark Reindeer dead?
I will say,
I
if Dark Reindeer really, I don't know if he'll watch this, but I'd say I apologize to you, Dark Reindeer. If honestly, for how I composed myself in the past, if he ever does watch this.
He watches some videos on the channel. He's commented before.
I've
I know Rob and him have talked before.
Yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, I definitely apologize. I will say, with how I conducted myself in the past. So yeah, I don't think I really have much more to say on the matter other than I'm sorry. And hope we can move past it.
Yay! Heartwarming moments. Now get the fuck off. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Well,
I would do that if this was Discord.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go ahead and call it, but man, that was horrible.
Even worse than what you said to Magi, MJ. What are you? What was wrong with you?
Let's not go there.
Good lord. All right, I'm calling it.
All right.
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I joined
All
at
right.
the end of it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed us ranting and raving, talking about JoJo as well as
Yeah.
complaining and giving our thoughts about the freaking nominees for the Game Awards.
Well, you guys mostly.
What are your thoughts on the Game Awards? What game do you guys like, and what ones or which category do you think they should be in?
Who was your favorite?
Leave in the
JoJo?
comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you have any thoughts about JoJo too, leave in the comments. If you are new to the channel, please like,
Leave a comment.
share, comment, like, share, subscribe,
Like, comment,
all that
subscribe.
good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, you can find our links in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob, Aiden, Vegan, and MJ signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.
Bye.
Peace out.